Hey guys, welcome back. Today on the Untidy Artist, we're making fairy wings. This is a tutorial I've had a lot of requests for. So if you are new to my fairy tutorials, welcome. And if this is a tutorial that you've been looking forward to, I hope you enjoy it. So let's grab some supplies and get started. The first thing you're going to need is a fairy doll. And you can learn how to make these by clicking on the video in the upper right hand corner there. It will take you to a link where there's a tutorial on how to make a cute little fairy doll using a wooden bead and floral wire and some embroidery floss. So you will need a little fairy to add some wings to. And then you'll need this wing pattern, and you can actually click on the link below and it will take you to a page that you can print out. And you'll need some wire. This is just 26 gauge wire. You can use a thinner wire or a thicker wire if you'd like. I found this was the easiest to work with. You'll need something to measure with. And you'll need some pliers, and I actually have some needle nose pliers and some flat nose pliers here. It helps to have both. If you only have one pair, it's fine, but I like using both. It seems to work better. You'll need a few pins and something to decorate the fairy wings with. I've got some glitter here. You could also use little tiny rhinestones. This part is optional. It was fun just to decorate the wings though. So I have some glitter here, and then you'll need some tulle. We'll actually be making the wings out of the tulle. This is a sparkly gold tulle, but any type of tulle will work. And a pair of scissors. And of course my glue gun set on low. Once again, I love using a glue gun that has a low setting because it's easier to work with and I don't get burned. Alright, the first step is to print out the wing pattern and decide what size of wings you want for your fairy. So I like to just hold my little fairy doll up to the wings and kind of get an idea for how big or how small I want the wings to be. And once you've settled on a size, go ahead, and this is the size I've chosen here, and cut out the fairy wings. And I don't cut them out exactly, I'm just going to cut out this pair of wings so it's easier to work with. And then I'm going to cut a piece of tulle that's that same size as the paper and pin the tulle onto my pattern. And make sure that the tulle is laying flat. And then using my scissors, I carefully cut out the wings, and I want them to be in one piece. And voila, we have some wings cut out of tulle. Then the next step, and we're just going to take that and set it aside. And the next step is to take a piece of whatever petals you use to make your fairy skirt, and I'm just going to cut out a little piece that's kind of the shape of a teardrop to go right in the middle of our wings, and this will hold it together. And then go ahead and measure out your wire, and we're going to cut our wire. So I'm going to cut it to 10 inches, and then I'm going to cut a piece of wire that's 5 inches. And what we're going to do is create a shape that the tulle will stick to give our wings form and shape. So take your longest one, the 10-inch piece, and bend it in half so that the ends match up. And then with one pair of my little pliers, I'm going to hold maybe 1/8 of an inch down, and using my other pliers, I'm going to twist so you're making a little tiny loop right at the top, right in the middle of the wire. So I just bent it in half and created a little loop, and you can see our wire is even. Then I'm going to put the loop at the bottom and create a V, and I'm going to take each end of the wire and bend it down towards the center of my V and loop it through that little hole that we made. So you can see I'm just bending it towards the center and taking it through my little loop that I made out of the wire. And so it almost looks like we have bunny ears or a little heart. So you've just taken both ends and looped them down in through the small loop at the bottom. And then we're going to grab our pliers again and twist this together. So make sure that they're nice and even, and with one set of pliers I hold the ends, and you can either use your fingers or pliers to twist it around, and what that's going to do is just secure the wire at the bottom there. And you can see here, this is how it would work if you used the pliers. And I have the top half of my wings. And you can see this just gives us the shape for the wings. And I kind of mess around with them and form them till I have a shape that I like. And you're going to do the exact same thing to your 5-inch piece of wire. So line up the ends, make sure they're even, bend it in half gently, you don't want to break the wire. And then using your pair of pliers, hold the little wire, so you're going to create a loop. So I'm going to hold it with one set of pliers, and taking the other set of pliers, I'm going to twist it gently. If you twist too hard, the wire will break. So do it gently and just twist it around a few times to create a loop. And then with the loop facing down and both ends of the wire on the left and the right, I'm going to take each end of wire and loop it down through my little tiny loop that I made. And this will give us the bottom half of our fairy wings. So I'm taking that second side and looping it down, and then I'm going to grab my pliers and I'm going to twist those two little ends of wire, making sure that they're even. Just going to gently twist them, and that will hold the shape together for me. So once I have the top half and the bottom half of my wire shaped, I'm going to form them so that they fit the shape of the wings. And I'm going to take my little piece of the petal that I cut, I'm going to lay it down, and then I'm going to put my tool right on top of that. So I actually placed the piece of the flower down first and then the wings on top of that, and then I'm going to place the top half of the wings right in the center there so that the middle twisted part of the wire is on the glue, and I'm going to do the same with the bottom. And you overlap those twisted parts just gently right in the center there. So I layered my little piece of the petal and then my tool on top of that, and then I glued both pieces of the wire down. And now I'm going to take a small dab of glue and attach the wings to the tool, or to the wire. So you can see I'm doing this on a cutting board because I want to be able to pick it up. If you do it on paper, it will stick to the paper. And so I'm just putting a small dab of glue right at the top of the wings, and this will hold the tool to the wire. Otherwise, the tool would just be flapping and it wouldn't have the shape. And this is what we have so far. And you can see that that just fits nicely on the back of our fairy. And that little piece of the petal that we used to attach the wings to looks really cute on the back. So then I'm going to melt the glue down a little bit and add my glitter to each of the little dollops of glue. So I'm going to do it on the front, and then I flip it over and just put a little dab of glue. And so I've got glitter on the front and on the back of each of my little dots. Pour my glitter back, and now it's time to attach it to our fairy. So I'm going to put a big dab of glue on the wings, on the piece of wire, because we don't want that part showing. And I'm gently going to press it to the back of my fairy, so right on her back. And I did find that it was easier to do this without her hair in the way, so it worked out well to have the updo on this fairy doll. And arrange the wings, and you are all set, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I do have some more fairy wing tutorials coming up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. I would really appreciate that. And if you liked this tutorial, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any comments or questions, please post those below. And check out some of my other fairy tutorials on my website, untidyartist.com, or you can find more tutorials on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. See you next time.